Hello, Internet, and welcome to Special Issues. I'm Sam from allofmyissues.com, and you're probably wondering, what is Special Issues? Well, Special Issues is a short little synopsis of some thoughts that go through our heads that we don't get to in the podcast. So, my special issue is about Mr. Stan Lee. Yes, Mr. Marvel himself. And you're probably wondering, what issues do you have with Mr. Stan Lee? Well, there is a theory out there that Stan Lee has is a watcher. As you know, in the Marvel Cinema Universe, he's shown up and made cameos in a number of Marvel movies, whether it is Iron Man to the recent Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2. And that the fact that he is a watcher and that's why he's playing the same character over and over again. Now, you're probably wondering, what is a watcher? Some of you who do not read comics. Well, a watcher in the Marvel Universe is an alien being that they don't interfere, they just watch and see uh, changes in events. Most of the time, when they show up, it's usually due to a major event. Now, you know, you had the Guardians facing a planet, facing Ronin. You had the Avengers facing terrible odds against Loki and Ultron. So, Stan Lee is showing up for theirs. But the thing that I have an issue with Mr. Stan Lee is he didn't show up for Blade. Yes, I'm talking about the 1998 movie Blade, which, by the way, was pinnacle in relaunching the Marvel Cinema Universe. Because before Blade, Marvel didn't have a good track record in the movies. It was basically owned by DC. But then Blade came, and that was jump started Marvel's cinematic universe to begin. And it's kind of weird that, the main bad guy in Blade was some sort of vampire blood god that basically was going to come onto the earth and basically destroy everything. Now, if we go by the whole theory that Stan Lee's character in the cinema movies is the Watcher, where was he? Why didn't he show up? I mean, that's a pretty big deal if you're going to wipe out a whole planet. I would think someone would show up, a Watcher, to witness this. But he didn't. So, okay. So he didn't show up for the first one. Surely he'll show up if something else happens, which it did in Blade 2, where the mutated super vampires was causing havoc all over the place, and Blade had to team up with other vampires because these super mutated vampires not just eat humans, but they ate vampires too. And if it wasn't for Blade, well, I think the world would be a different place. Was there a Watcher there? Nope. Nowhere to be found. Not drinking coffee, not reading a book, nothing. Nada, zip, zero. Now, it could possibly be that it wouldn't really been that big of a deal because maybe the humans would have found a way to stop the mutated vampires if Blade didn't. But I digress. Surely, if something even bigger and badder came along, the Watchers would show up. Henceforth, Blade Trinity. Yes, I know Blade Trinity is not as good as Blade or Blade 2, but it did bring Dracula, or Drake as they called him, and he was trying to remake the Earth. Was there a Watcher there? Nope. Did Stan Lee show up? Nowhere to be found. So I came to the conclusion that Stan Lee doesn't like daywalkers. Yeah, I said it. He doesn't like him. I don't understand it. I mean, with all have Blade has done for the Marvel Cinema Universe, you would have thought, hey, just show up for a little bit. Just walk past as Blade's cutting through vampires. You know, show a little concern, show a little gratitude. But no, he didn't. So that is my issue with Mr. Stan Lee. Like us on Facebook. Check us out on allofmanissues.com. And we'll see you next time. Peace.